Jasmine Crockett decided to take some time during a House hearing this week on immigration and, of course, Donald Trump's deportation policies to point out the fact that Melania Trump was even allowed to come into the United States way back in the day due to the fact that she obtained a so-called Einstein visa, even though she didn't actually qualify for it under the terms laid out by the federal government. And Crockett pointed this out due to the fact that the Trump administration has, of course, been stripping people of their visas and sending them out of the country. So she wanted to point out to the entire panel and, of course, the witnesses and the world, the hypocrisy of Trump's family taking advantage of the visa program while not allowing people to actually use it the way it's intended. And Crockett made a very good point. Here is what she said. Let me tell you how you receive an Einstein visa. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. Melania, the First Lady, a model, and when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, or Naomi Campbell level, applied for and was given the EB-1 visa. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't mathin' here. And I love every second of that because she is 100% correct. How can you give an Einstein visa to somebody who's not even a top model? Right? Just some lower level, yeah, you got jobs, but we had supermodels in this country at the time when Melania was also modeling. Nobody knew who Melania was. That is kind of what Crockett's pointing out. Like, if you want to say she was an extraordinary model, why didn't anybody know their names? Because we knew the names of these supermodels. But nobody knew who she was. Yet she got this visa, was allowed to stay, eventually married Trump, and the rest is history. But this administration right now is out there stripping people of their visas, lawfully obtained, correctly obtained, and shipping them out of the country. Well, as you can imagine, this didn't sit well with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump got on Truth Social and he launched a racist attack against Jasmine Crockett using his favorite attack for non-white people, which of course, as I've repeatedly pointed out, is to call them low IQ. Here is what Trump said on Truth Social. I have an idea for the Democrats to bring them back into play. After years of being left out in the cold, including suffering one of the greatest losses in history, the 2024 presidential election, the Democrats should nominate low IQ candidate Jasmine Crockett for president, and AOC plus 3 should be respectively vice president and 3 high-level members of the cabinet. So you take 5 women, 5 non-white women, right? Refer to the first one as low IQ because she's black. Then you attack the other 4 women because you have to throw in a little bit of misogyny on top of your racism. And as I've repeatedly said, low IQ is an insult that Donald Trump typically reserves for black people. Jasmine Crockett, Don Lemon. This is where he goes because he can't say the N-word. Anytime you see Donald Trump use low IQ, just go ahead and assume that what he really means is the N-word. That's what he wants to say. He just knows he can't do that on Truth Social. But that is effectively what it means because Donald Trump thinks any non-white person on this planet is somehow subhuman. You don't have the intellectual capacity that I do. I have such great intellectual capacity that I had to make up Democrat losses in 2018 and 2020. That's not even what happened, bud. You're like, for years they've had losses. No. Didn't fare so well in 2022, although we did retain the Senate. But 2024, yeah, that was an off election for Democrats. But I love how you point out like, oh, that was their greatest loss of all time. It should have been an easy one, right? Should have been a slam dunk. I'm a piece of crap. That's what you're implying. Like the Democrats should have won that election. And you're right. However, that's not the way it played itself out. But if you look at the current polling, Democrats are poised to make a pretty big comeback next year, possibly into 2028 and beyond, because you've been so bad in the first 5 months. The only low IQ individual here, Donald, is you. You're the dumb one. You're the one who doesn't know what's going on. You're the one who's so stupid you couldn't even name 3 high-level cabinet positions. You just had to say 3 high-profile cabinet positions, right? If you had a higher IQ, you might have been able to think of Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Interior, Secretary of State, right? You couldn't even do that because you're the one that is suffering from a low intelligence, not Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib. Those are the future leaders of this country. And hopefully, at the end of your term, you, Trump, will be relegated to the history books as these 5 women move this country forward. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.